video was originally released silent. When audiences first saw it, it was completely silent. And now you watch the edition with music that Charlie Chaplin himself implemented. So how do you think the music and sound correlated overall throughout the movie, especially when you didn't hear anything but music? So how do you think of that in terms of the movie?
I think that the movie actually added a lot to the film, and it actually made the film.
Do you feel like he overdid it though with his expressions because there was no sound?
I think his expressions were actually the amount of exaggeration actually made it way funnier, because you'll never ever see someone actually act like that. Well, one of the film techniques that he used was the slides, where he would actually take some text and put it on the screen for the audience to read. I thought that was effective because he made it so that deaf people could actually enjoy movies, or well, enjoy this movie at least, to a great extent. And even my grandpa, who doesn't know English, he watched a bit with me and he laughed a lot. And my aunt, she walked in on me watching this, and she doesn't really know English, and she thought it was really funny too. So, silent movie, he made it work.
Do you think it helped also that Charlie Chaplin dressed the way he did, because he looked nothing like the character in the movie, but then he put in the little stash, the hat. Do you think that helped in terms of the movie effectiveness, in terms of the costume?
I think costume did play a huge role, because you look at the guy and you'd think he's really dorky, and he meets this really pretty attractive looking girl, and they hit it off, and you would think, wow, if this guy who looks this dorky can get with this girl, anything can happen.
So what do you think of the costumes? And do you think that it's changed a lot since the 1930s and when the movie was made, in terms of how people dress and how people would go out in terms of the way also they dress?
I think now movies are trying to make people dress better, and it's very expected what they're gonna wear. They just want people to look good, because if the characters are aesthetically appealing, then people will want to watch it more, because, oh, this guy, he's inside this movie. Oh, this girl, she's really hot. She's also starring in this movie. And just having those in the present time, yeah, it works because people want to see attractive people, but using the opposite of what's expected actually helped this movie.
Do you think you felt it was harder to watch the movie because it was black and white? I mean, would you have preferred it to be in color, or did you really just feel like you enjoyed it just as much as black and white?
I never really watched black and white films, so changing it up like this, I know it's a really old movie, 1936 or whatever. I don't know if they had the ability to do it so, but having the black and white, it just made the movie feel more, I guess, homey, Something I found really effective with the film was the use of long shots, because usually action shots are all cut up 1 second at a time, to show action and movement, but sometimes they would just have the camera sit there and let it just go on for more than 10 seconds. A single shot would go on for more than 10 seconds. And yeah, so the long shots were effective, because then you would see that the actor actually knew what he was doing, and it would just make it feel more authentic. The movie felt more real, because I know it was all acting and exaggerated, but it felt real because you could tell that they didn't edit out these scenes and tweak it